next week.
That's woo. I'm feeling it, fellas. I'm feeling it. Yeah.
All right, I'll take over the game.
The shakes.
If you're on the YouTube, you can see Kush's shakes.
Canva, Atlassian, and safety culture.
The hell's a safety
Do you know
culture,
that?
mate?
Do you know that last one?
No,
It is this Australian stuff.
Are we taking his word for it?
I think he's just talking about a work culture.
Hello, friends. Jumping in before today's episode. As you might have noticed, it is only a 30-minute episode. It's because we had some audio technical difficulties on the second segment that we listed for today, Would You Rathers. My God, was it a banger, but unfortunately we had some audio difficulties, so we've had to remove it there. But don't be alarmed, we'll include it in one of our upcoming episodes, so apologies for the shorter episode today, but the rest of the show is a banger, so stay tuned for that.
Welcome back to Critical Banter. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into one single podcast. This week's episode, 2 segments as per usual. First game, second last game of our little series. We have the 3-second challenge, and as well we have our second segment called Would You Rather. That is, oh my God, I've nearly forgot, but how could I forget Would You Rathers, mate? But before that, throughout the week, we got me and Miguel, we have Kush,
Yes, sir.
and we have Rowie.
G'day. Boys, this week we went to listen to some stand-up comedy. And it was the Sydney Fringe Festival on at the moment, and we went to Trivia Night. We spoke about that last week with a lovely host by the name of Henry Zhu. So we decided, you know what? Let's go have a look at his stand-up.
Yeah.
So we retracted all the way to Marrickville. Had a nice feed, VN Street Foods. And boy, what a Vietnamese feed that was.
What, are you sponsored?
No.
No, it was a great feed, but I wish we took some photos because Biggs there for the first couple of minutes was suffering. He was finding it difficult to eat his
He
food. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
because it's such a popular place, so hard to get seats. You can't book. And then like Kush and I were standing outside like 15, 20 minutes because as per usual, you and Sen were late. Well, Sen was late. Sen's late today, not even here. Address that first and foremost. So by the time we were able to get some sort of seat, we were right next to, what was it, like a water heater or something?
Yeah. It was
the
Like
gas
a gas meter. But that was like, our table was underneath, basically, the gas meter that was on top. So my back was digging straight into some of these pipes, but good feed.
Because like you guys got there first and you decided to choose that seat with the gas heater.
There was no choice, brother.
Yeah, it was
There were
first in,
no
first
seats
served.
available.
That's all there was. And so we were sitting with a constant sound of gas spitting out right next to us as well. So, but it was a nice feed.
It was a great feed. But anyways, we get to the stand-up comedy. Zoo Fast, Zoo Furious was the name of the show. And so this podcast started. If you've listened to the 100 or the 200 Ask TCB specials, the question comes up like, why did you guys decide to start a podcast? And I think it's because Sen, Kush, and Migs went to watch Jim Jeffries one time and thought they could do stand-up comedy.
We saw about 5 openers or something,
Yeah.
and we're like, 4 of these. Come on, man. We're better than that.
And so like this is the first time, because like usually when you go to stand-up comedy, you know the comedian. So you're familiar with the body of work that he's going to produce. So you're kind of expecting like what's going to happen in the show. With the Sydney Fringe, it's a lot of, I guess, like maybe lesser known comedians. And so we went to Henry Zhu's show, not knowing kind of what comedy he's going to do.
We just know his trivia hosting abilities.
Yeah,
So that's all we could go off.
But like, whatever, we'll support the lad and, you know, we like comedy, so we'll go watch.
Yeah.
All right. Then we rock up to the show in the Factory Theatre and he's got an opener and wow. The opener, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought he was like funny, but it's the first time where I've seen like a comedian like really horrifically bomb because he had like a gentleman 7 minutes and I reckon 6.5 of those minutes, there was just silence in the audience while this guy was just trying to drop punchlines.
You know what they say where silence is deafening? There actually really was. Like it was astounding.
It was uncomfortable.
There was just so much noise, but it was just so silent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it was
yeah,
actually crazy.
Yeah, Kush was angry at Miguel. Kush was next to me because he was like, why did you bring me to the show?
Yeah, Miguel was punching me. He was throwing hands.
Because he, I don't know, the jokes, I mean, you guys didn't find it funny. I didn't find the jokes funny, but what I did find funny was like, I don't know, the awkwardness in the room. Do you know
So
what I
you're
mean?
laughing at him, not with him.
I was really laughing at him because he did have some punchlines, but like, it was just like crazy to see this guy try to make a crowd laugh and just fail horrifically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What were your thoughts? You guys both were there.
Yeah. For me, it was intimidating because the theater, or if you can call it a theater, to be honest, I mean, it's a room and it can fit around 20. It's like a classroom.
It actually fits a lot of people, I figured.
It's
It's like it's rows of like what, 5, 6?
Yeah.
It goes back. Like,
Yeah, but there's like probably 10 rows back. So
Still, it's not
still
much.
small venue.
It was the thing. We were sitting in the middle, basically, but we were right in front of him. Like, no matter what, no matter where you go, you're right in front of him. So, like, to me, that was intimidating because it felt very personal, which I think makes it so much harder for the comedian because they're right there. You're looking at them. So you can do crowd work for every single person in every single seat because that's how close you are. But I think that was the scary part for me. Just the fact that you were so close.
You didn't like that?
I actually was kind of uncomfortable with the proximity of the seating, to be honest.
You wanted more socially distancing, perhaps.
I think so. I would have preferred sitting.
I want to be a
back.
spectator, not a participant.
Yeah, there was a bit of crowd work as well.
I'll be okay. Look, to be fair to the guy, the crowd was not giving him much.
The crowd, it was a poor crowd. Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's also talk about the time. It was a Wednesday.
Yeah,
right?
true.
It was 9:30 p.m. Like,
There were like a million shows before as well. There's like 4 different theaters.
exactly.
There's probably like 2 shows per theater. So
It's a tough day, a tough night to work with as well. People are coming after the office. Pretty much everyone was. You could tell from the crowd. Corporate peeps. I don't know. It's a bit late in my eyes as well. Your boy wants to sleep, wants to scroll through TikTok at 9:30.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
true.
saying.
He was not set up for success. But anyways, Henry had a good show. But the opener, look, it's the first time where I sat there and I thought, I don't think I could do stand-up comedy, to be honest. And maybe you listeners at home were just thinking you probably could never do stand-up comedy.
lads, we should start a podcast is what you're thinking.
But I was sitting there like, dude, and then I got to be questioning like existentially, just like, why do we come together? It's such a weird thing, comedy.
Hey, whoa.
Everyone just comes into a room and what's just this jester trying to make us laugh? You know what I mean? I don't know. Isn't that weird?
So you've questioned the idea of entertainment and the purpose of it.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there, right? Sen's laughing, I'm laughing, and we're laughing at the same thing. And it just feels like very strange that this is something that people do.
I think that's purely because it's the room. The room was so small. It literally feels like one of your mates has just stood up and just started.
It literally
yapping.
felt like that.
Yeah, that's the thing because I think that's why you're feeling it. If we were like the whole Jim Jeffries thing, you don't feel it, and it's also the amount of people that are laughing with you. So it just feels like a constant, like you're with people essentially.
It's like at work, right? Like let's say you go to a meeting with your team, right? You chill, you're kicking back.
Yeah.
But if you go to a meeting with your client, it feels a bit, proper and formal. This felt like a meeting with a team where it's just you're fucking around, really. Some bloke decided to go on stage and have a little, routine.
Well, we thought like, oh, okay, maybe like at the beginning, because he was so bad, we thought, oh, maybe he was like new to stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I genuinely said after you, I feel like this guy was like Henry's mate and was like, I want to give it a go.
Yeah.
And gave him 15 minutes to prepare and 7 minutes on stage. That's what it felt like.
Turns out he's been doing it for 4 years. And so that really shocked me because it's just like, wow.
We're approaching 4 years, I think, or past 4 years.
Yeah.
Last 4 years. I mean, this is what it's all culminated to, right? Do you think we could go up there and perform a live show or even a live stand-up by yourself?
Not by myself, but I think we could do a live show.
You think we could still do a live show after watching that?
Because there's 4 of us, man. If Ro starts bombing you and I can jump in, sort of thing.
I will say, I have seen recently on my TikTok, like there's a couple of stand-ups, but I see duos now. Like it's weird. Like it's like partners essentially.
Yeah.
And the way they like riff off one another is actually, I think, gives a bit of confidence. Even the crowd's loving it. It's a bit of banter. So maybe, bro, that 4 of us, if
we'll run squads.
Yeah,
we'll
There'll be 4 of us on stage, and hopefully,
Because I think with the duos, right, it makes sense because like you're delivering funny lines and then the audience, because they don't really know you, they're looking for someone else to react and to tell them how to react.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you have another guy on stage and he's finding it funny, then the crowd automatically finds it funny. And like Smeek says, if we do a live show, I don't know if we'd bomb horrifically, but I think there's a high chance. Look, it's not easy, man. You we'll be fine with 4 people. But I reckon once you lose the crowd and if the first joke doesn't land, mate, it's a slog to try and bring it back.
But I mean, do we have jokes in our first 10 minutes? We don't. We just yapping away.
what would our live show look like?
Yeah, I mean, this is a good question.
Because I said it, when we were talking about it, worst comes to worst if we bomb, we're just gonna start throwing would you rathers out to the crowd. we're gonna bring someone on stage, play bull slot with them for a bit, bro. We got clutches we can have.
But do you reckon if it's so dead and we bring someone to the crowd will get around the bull slot?
The thing is, 90% of the crowd will be our friends. So I mean, like,
yeah, and also bull slot. I think there's just something universal about that game that no matter who it is, they will love it.
Put them up against Kush. There you go. That's entertainment value.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, what would you expect a live show of ours to be like? Do you think you'd want it to be like the podcast? 4 of us sit down. Meek starts off today. We have here's the segment.
Alrighty, boys.
I got to warm up
Welcome
into
back.
it.
No, obviously, we have to have the intro. I think we have to have the intro, and I think like if we did a live show, it would be in the same format, Dara suggest, as a podcast. It'd be a live pod.
First bit will be chat between us four, whatever that may be.
I think there's some stories here. A couple of stories that come in, Rose, what's happened in the past week, Scintillating.
No, I think we tell the red hot stories that we can't tell on the pod. And we just don't record it. Because like there's heaps of times where we just haven't told stories on the because
we're a bit fearful,
because it's going online, do you know what I mean? We don't want to get cancelled. But the live show I feel like is so fast and loose. We can throw out whatever we want.
I like that idea. That's not a bad shout. And then we move into the game.
Exactly. And then just Q&A. Fuck it.
Ask TCV.
Ask TCV.
I don't want any reason where we could fail.
We want everything pre-prepared, pre-planned.
Mate, imagine, and now we're doing the Q&A segment and it's just crickets. No one wants to ask us a question because they asked us 100 episodes
ago. Focus on yourself. Like, make sure you're in control of the situation. I like it. All right, well, let's think about that, right? Let's think if we can...
Mate, end of the year, we got a couple months.
Do you out there want a live... That first of all, do you guys want a live show? Because if you don't, fuck off this like 15-minute chat we just had.
Alrighty, so as Mick said, if you want a live show, just hit us a DM because otherwise we're just four monkeys performing to ourselves, to be honest. So,
which we've been doing for 4 years.
Nothing really changes. All right, we're going to move on quickly to our mini segment, which is rating office snacks. This week we'll be rating the Westpac office snacks. Thank you very much to Anonymous who sent this in. He sent us 3 photos, actually, and I'll go quickly describe them. The first photo is, it's a kitchen. Spotless, may I add. And in the left, we have, some sugars and some teas and coffees and whatnot. Closed fridge. We move on to the next, which is the coffee machine. And what's really underneath the coffee machine, which is the milks that have been provided. We see a delightful selection of skim milk, light milk, full cream milk, and soy milk for those, who can't drink from the cow.
Thanks, mate.
The third photo, I think, is a close-up of the first photo. And so it just goes to show you what is actually being delivered.
Yeah, just scaling an existing photo.
Because we want 3 photos. The third one's just an iteration of photo 1.
And basically, it's like 6 jars. And inside the jars, we have our good friend Zoetic teas.
Back, man.
Which from the Deloitte ones that you may remember it from the Deloitte office snacks. So we have a couple of teas, we have a couple of instant packs of coffee, and then sugar, and of course, sweetener.
Yeah,
equal.
Of course.
You got to have both. So what do we reckon, fellas?
I love the way you just said kitchen because it is quite literally what a kitchen from a 2 million house in Bella Vista looks like. You walk into those real estate ones and there's an agent going, check out this kitchen.
Yeah, it's a show home.
Yeah, it feels like I've gone to Homeworld and gone to a display home and the kitchen is there.
Exactly.
Does the fridge work or is it just a box like all the other fucking display homes?
Yeah, it's just so empty, dude. Like imagine
there's no soul. Like what is this?
Yeah, it definitely feels very showroomy. I can't imagine myself going down and being like, I want to see this kitchen. I want to go down and see what the goods are inside.
But there's a couple of things I want to point out because I think there is some good stuff here. Firstly, the zip taps. I'm a big fan of the zip taps. Now, I don't know if this counts as snacks or is just staples, but having a hot zip tap is class. Then if you have a look, there's 4 microwaves. So, purpose built for an office. No showroom is going to have 4 microwaves.
That is fair.
But I'm having a look at the kitchen. There is a sandwich press. There is a toaster. But there is no bread. There is nothing. There is nothing in this kitchen that makes me think there are snacks. There's literally coffee. That's about it.
Do you reckon it's BYO, like BYOT, bring your own toast?
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. Like all these companies are trying to bring their employees back.
Yeah.
And be like, no more work from home, lads. Come into the office right now. And I don't know, the tech companies have been trying to incentivize people by giving them free lunches.
Yeah.
Westpac gives them nothing.
Gives you a fucking toaster.
Yeah, toaster and bring your own bread. It's
bring your
ridiculous.
own bread, bring your own spread, bring your own everything, man. You can at least use the electricity to fucking warm it up. What is this? Where's the incentives?
I'm having a look, man. Like, I don't know if this is actually the kitchen because it's not even fruit. The bare minimums, like a little, a piece of apple.
I'm always concerned when we get these submissions, when there's no fruit platter, like just a couple of apples, a couple of bananas is all we're asking, to be honest.
It's not that logistically hard as well. There's like 10 million fruit delivery companies that'll give you a basket.
They'll give you a damn good deal as well. You can probably get it from the farm and they'll give you a good deal. But these...
Westpac as well, man. Their profit margins are through the roof.
Dude, that's the crazy thing. This is one of Australia's big 4 banks. Do you know what I mean? And they are giving their employees, they're treating their employees like they treat,
their customers.
Their customers.
Well, that's the problem because when you go to their website, it says, if you're facing financial hardship, come to us. Brother, it looks like you guys are inside the office.
Come to yourself, man.
What's going on?
Cost of living going up. Can't even afford the essentials, man. Fucking hell.
All right, we slandered the kitchen enough.
Yeah.
We move towards the fridge.
Look.
Bro, look at that second shelf, man. Why install a second shelf if you're not going to have anything?
The thing is, it's just a fridge, all right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just milk. Any danger of butter, maybe, some margarine, maybe some jam or anything like that. And the photo this is just the photographer here, but it's a very aggressive photo. The blue light looks like fucking Terminator's about to come after me or something like that.
There's not much you can comment here because, I would have liked a machine, like a picture of the actual machine itself, but the fact that they've got diversity in milk, I'm really...
Dairy farmers, you giving that a plus 0.1?
4 different types of milk. Not bad.
No, but we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but I've got to use something. So, fair enough. All right, then we move into the close-up of the, I guess, the only edible things in his kitchen.
What is this? Like, honestly, what is this brand? Like, this fucking Zoetic shit.
Bro, they love the Kama Sutra tea.
There must be a laundering front for cocaine in those tea bags or something like that. Why is every company going to Zoetic, dude?
I have no idea.
I've never touched a Zoetic tea bag in my life.
And it feels like there's not enough for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, the tea bags are rectangular shaped. The jar is circular. So they've just shoved it in like it's like arts and craft or something.
It's such a poor user experience because imagine the tea bags at the top are gone. You have to put your fucking hand in the jar, man. It's not fitting.
What's this thing with banks always say they care about customers? Why don't they care about their employees? That's what I'm saying.
I'll be honest. Like, if I had to go and work at Westpac and this is the spread that was displayed to me, I would be looking for a new job immediately, to be honest. Like, this is ridiculous. Firstly, they're paying you peanuts and they haven't even supplied any peanuts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing. Ratings, fellas.
So we've got benchmarks. What have we done so far? Deloitte, similar spread with fruit, was a 2. Dentsu, clean office, fruit, bread, etc. 4. You can see where I'm going with this. There's kitchens with things. So now we're looking at a kitchen without things. So, it can't go higher than any of them.
Yeah.
It's a 1.
This has to be a 1 purely because...
Can I say a 0? The fact they have microwaves is the 1.
Yeah, I was about to say, they've given you the tools, but they haven't given you the resources to use the tools.
But tools at least.
But tools, I appreciate the tool resourcing there.
We can't give it a 0 because 0 would dead set just be
nothing.
A bench. Like, that's it. as much as I want to give it a 0, 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
Alrighty, fellas, game this week. And if you have put 2 and 2 together, we have Kush, who is struggling to get some points on the board. We have our Macca's challenge coming up in 2 or so weeks. Loser of our whole game series has to go to Macca's 24 hours and eat their way out. Currently, we have Kush on 1, Sen on 2.5, and me and Ro, don't worry about our points. We're far and away. But again, as I said, put 2 and 2 together. Sen is not here. So Kush,
wrong week to be away.
Yeah,
very poor week to schedule in that weekend away, Sen. But Kush, you don't have to face 2 people. You only have 1, and the one in your way is Ro.
Kush, this is crazy. This is a massive opportunity.
I actually feel a lot of pressure. I woke up this morning and I was like, "Ooh, the sweat already on the forehead." Dear me.
There are 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
You are 1.5 points behind Sen, which means if you win today, you're half a point. And it's an all or nothing showdown next week.
That's whoo. I'm feeling it, fellas. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Yeah.
All right, I'll take over the game.
The shakes.
If you're on the YouTube, you can see Kush's shakes. But the game this week, I've decided to make it a fair game, spontaneous game. 3-second challenge.
Do I throw it? Do I throw it and just make it a one-on-one, head-to-head? I don't think Sen will be too happy with that.
Sen will be asking for the receipts.
And look, me, myself, I personally can't be too happy with that as well. The game is the game.
Oh, here we go. Suddenly there's some sort of ethics coming out.
The game is the game, fellas.
But also, let me remind you, there was a week you didn't come, Kush.
Exactly.
So,
but take this $50 here.
What's your beam, bro?
Let's just loose under the hood for a second, mate.
Yeah.
The tensions have been massively high at Critical Banter. I'll tell you that much for free. Between Sen and Kush. Sen is not very happy. A couple of weeks ago, there was what was the game? Millionaire Hot Seat or something?
Yeah.
And it was basically the last person to be standing on the 20th question wins that game for that week. And that's Kush's only point that he won.
Yep.
And Sen was extremely unhappy with that result.
There are allegations of throwing it. There are allegations of Giving Kush the point.
Giving Kush a
At the
point.
same
It's charity
time,
work, Sensei.
I knew the answer, so I would have gotten it quite simply like that. I knew the answer. Yeah. At the same time with Sen, I could.
As soon as I say the word sour, he kicks off.
Yeah. Well, Kush is talking about taking a blood test before he get McDonald's before, because he's looking after his.
Kush was also talking about he'll edit the video so, it'll say 24 hours.
I never said that.
But he's there for about 3.
That I can confirm. I've never said that.
If
it's not recorded, it hasn't been published. So.
But anyways, there's Salt City in the podcast, and really, me and Migs are just waiting for this to be over because
I just want to know who will be the goose.
There's fractured friendships right now between Sen and Kush. I'll tell you that.
But we can salvage it. Kush, it also cannot be you if you win today's game. 3-second challenge. I will throw each of them a category, name 3 somethings in 5 seconds, and I'll alternate between you two. First one to 3 strikes. First one to not get 3 is out. So then the other person will get the point for this week. Gotcha. Alrighty, we'll start with the main man under the pressure, Kushagra. Name 3 countries starting with the letter B in 5 seconds.
Bulgaria, Bolivia, oh no, man.
Kush, mate.
Bolivia was what you were looking for, I think.
Bolivia, yeah. What's another one?
Brazil, Belarus,
Beirut is not.
Bahrain.
Nah, that's too hard.
Bangladesh.
Where were the countries? It feels like this game is skewed already for me.
It's not, but you're already a point down.
Yeah.
So that's 1 strike. 3
Kush,
strikes for our Kush.
I need you to dial it in here because I do want a showdown. And if you lose this week, well, I mean,
I've never been good with time challenges, so you're asking too much already. I think this one's a tough one for me.
I think you still hold the record for bull starts, Kush. So you might still.
Yeah, give me name 20 in 5 seconds and I'll do it.
All right. We'll move on to Ro. Ro, name 3 STIs in 5 seconds.
Chlamydia, AIDS, and gonorrhea.
Well done.
Too easy, man.
You would get that.
Yeah,
Kush,
I
would
reckon
you?
I would have got those are 3 I would have named.
Alrighty, we'll move on to you, Kush. Name 3 American celebrities in 5 seconds.
Miley Cyrus, John Hamm, and Robert De Niro or Al Pacino.
Well
or
done.
Emma Watson. Oh, that's British.
Finally. Finally. All right.
Your 5th one was British, but at least you got 4 before that. All right. You got 1. Well done.
That's big. All right, now
big.
you're dialing because I want to do everything I can to help you win, but I'm not going to give it to you.
We
Yeah, fair
can't
enough.
give it to you,
Yeah, of
but
course.
we can
100%.
enable you.
I will be naming them like expert, like a surgeon with
course.
absolute precision. But I will encourage you to
Absolutely.
do the same.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty, Ro. Name 3 luxury brands in 5 seconds.
Gucci, Prada, Chanel.
It's too easy.
Surgeon.
It's too easy.
That's my surgeon. Alrighty, back to you, Kush. You're the only one with 1 strike, but that's all right. Name 3 female musicians in 5 seconds.
Miley Cyrus, Dua Lipa, and Ariana Grande.
Well done. Surgical, mate. That is
Miley Cyrus, baby. Let's go.
surgical.
Here we go.
Alrighty, Ro.
There's no pressure. It feels good that there's no pressure, lads. And if you guys playing at home, maybe this is how it feels for people playing at home. Really, the spotlight doesn't feel as bright this week. I'm in the clear.
Name 3 Asian currencies in 5 seconds.
Yen, yuan, dong.
It's too easy for this man.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's absolutely too easy. Alrighty.
You got that? You reckon?
No.
Alrighty, Kush. Next one. We've speeding through these. I love it. Name 3 things that are red in 5 seconds.
Oh, Apple, Toyota red car, Toyota Azura, and
Kush, mate, that's 5.
I think it's over, fellas. Like, this was tough.
Oh,
Kush.
man.
Oh, Kush, it wasn't meant to be like this.
It is what it is.
I'm
Alrighty.
actually wearing a t-shirt that's red.
Am I? Well, I can't really say.
But you said red Toyota car.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
What are you talking about? Look around the room, mate. There's a couple of red things on the shelf. There's a couple red items.
Maybe.
Kush, I feel like you're not taking this as seriously as you should.
It is what it is, fellas. It is what it is.
Alrighty, Ro. Name 3 dictators in 5 seconds.
Hitler, Mussolini, Kim Jong-un.
It's too easy.
Sorry, dude. I'm not making it fun.
Yeah,
It's
it's fine.
surgical, man. It's surgical. Jesus Christ. Alrighty, Kush. Name 3 beaches in 5 seconds.
Bondi, Coogee, Manly.
Bang.
Mate, he's locked in now. Here we go.
You didn't need 5 seconds for that.
Yes,
Exactly. Alrighty, Ro. Name 3 Russian cities in 5 seconds.
Oh, St. Petersburg, Moscow. Oh, I don't know if the... Oh, I want to strike. All right.
Actually, those would have been the 2 I named.
What's the third one? I don't know a third Russian city.
Fuck, thank God I'm not playing, bro.
Shevchenko. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
racist. That's racist.
Hey,
Shevchenko's a Ukrainian footballer.
Yeah, on me, on me, on
Black
me.
Ops 2 villains, bro. What are you doing?
Alrighty, 2-1. Ro has 1 strike. Kush is still sudden death, but is it comfortable knowing he has a strike now?
No, not really. He's got 2 more.
Oh my God. Alrighty. Name 3 tourist attractions in 5 seconds.
Empire State Building, Brooklyn Bridge, and Eiffel Tower.
Bang.
He's locked in. This is
Woo-wee.
good signs to see.
Suddenly I'm a little bit nervous now, you know? Now Kush is rattling off them pretty quickly, and I've got St. Petersburg and Moscow, and I need to look this up. Can someone look this up and tell me after the show?
You can look it up in your spare time, mate.
All right.
Alrighty. Ro, name 3 Australian startups in 5 seconds.
Like Canva, Atlassian, and Safety Culture.
The hell's a safety
Do you know
culture,
that?
mate?
Do you know that last one?
No,
It is this Australian stuff.
Are we taking his word for it?
I think he's just talking about a work culture.
Alrighty, we still at 2-1. Kush, name 3 fonts in 5 seconds.
Arial, the Uber Bold, and Proxima.
Proxima, yep. I'll give you that one. There's
Bit of a
also
song.
Proxima
Yeah,
Nova,
there's,
but we'll
yeah.
give you that one. We'll
What's
give you that.
Uber Bold?
Must be the company that Uber uses. The font that Uber uses.
Uber has its own font?
A lot
Yeah.
of companies have their own font.
Yeah.
I feel
Uber
like-
Bold, dude. Not even Uber, you know?
Nah, it's called the Bold, bro.
All right, here we go.
Alrighty, Ro.
I'm surprised you've come this prepared. There's so many of them.
I have come prepared. I backed you, boys. When Kush got to 2 early, I thought I didn't need to spend all my time preparing all of these, but yet here we are. Alrighty, Ro. Name 3 Canadian sports teams in 5 seconds.
The Canucks, the Firebirds, I think it's hockey. Is that not? Oh, I don't know, dude. Canadian!
Mate.
The soccer team? The Canadian men's football
Well, it's good that you said that 8 seconds in. So unlucky champion.
First 2, right? I think they're right.
Is
there.
Firebirds a team?
So there's, okay, because
I was expecting Blue Jays,
I think the
Blue
Canucks
Maple
are right.
Leafs, Raptors, Toronto Raptors.
Oh, that's on me. Yeah. Dude, he's not sports.
Toronto
I follow.
FC. That could have been an easy one. Just add FC to the name of a major city. That's a safe bet. Alrighty.
And just like that, it's 2-2. Here we go, Kush. Now I feel like now the pressure's even more on because now you believe you can win.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Belief is one of the worst things you can have, my
Dude,
friend.
no, this is such a stitch up. And like, you got in, name 3 fonts. And is Canadian football teams or Canadian sporting teams difficult?
Not really.
Would you have got that, Kush?
I would have gotten 2. The Maples and the Blue Jays are the only ones I know. That's it.
Yeah.
They got some, big teams. Raptors won the
Yeah,
series.
the Raptors actually
championship
got-
recently, so they're in the news
The Raptors
every now
are
and
cool,
again.
but I wouldn't have thought of that on the fly, though.
The Vancouver Whitecaps, you ain't know them?
Where is Canucks? What did Canucks even play? I don't even know what they do.
They play somewhere in Canada. They play NHL.
No, but like
Ice hockey.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
ice hockey I thought is the Firebirds or something, but I
They could be. I don't know, but you didn't get a third one, so
Fair
I had no
enough,
point in me fact checking. Alrighty, sudden death. Both of yous. Kush. Name 3 Australian sports teams in 5 seconds.
The Matildas, the Australian Socceroos, and the Australian basketball team. Do we count that? I don't know.
They have a name, I feel.
They have a
The
name.
Boomers, bro. They're the Boomers.
Nah.
But does that mean?
Bro, I think we'll make it fair. You have to get this one. And if you get this one, you win.
All right, yeah.
But if you don't get it, we keep going.
Okay, all right.
Oh, it's a penalty shootout type thing. Okay.
All right.
Kush. That hurts me, mate. That hurts me, but I'm going to have to bury you right now.
Alrighty, Ro. Name 3 retired Australian sports people in 5 seconds.
Ian Thorpe, Grant Hackett, and Ricky Ponting.
Oh, it's all over, boys.
Oh,
It's all
Kush, this
over.
is your moment.
Oh,
This is your moment.
it is what it is, fellas. The game is the game. You can't do much.
Just like that.
Just like that. It's all over.
Buried
The
him.
dream.
He said he would do it and he did it.
Yeah.
Buried you.
And it's not a good feeling. Like, it usually is a good feeling, but
Yeah.
today, honestly, it's a low point for me in my
Yeah.
life. All right, we'll do a quick post-game interview. Kush,
Yeah.
how are we feeling? Because this has got to hurt.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is what it is. I mean, I missed 1 week. That's 1 week you gotta let go. But I think after this, I can cash in my annual leave. I won't be appearing for a couple of months. That's for
A couple
sure.
of people have DM'd us, Kush has been weekly
Yeah.
for too long.
Yeah.
Now he's got nothing to play for, does he now? Just
I think I'm going now for the next couple of months. We got ourselves our cameras. We'll have to do some upload city for Miguel here, but
I think it's small margins though, because there were 2 weeks where you and Sen were on a team and me and Migs were on a team,
yeah,
and you guys were match point.
But I don't regret that. I thought that was fun. Trying to take on Ro there to see if we could bring you down.
I don't know why you would do that. So if you haven't listened, if you're a new listener, right, go back over the last couple of weeks and have a listen to this, because there were a couple of weeks where Sen and Kush could have tried to verse each other, and Kush could have tried to bring it back against Sen, but they decided to go after me in second place instead for some unknown reason.
The reason is content. That's the reason. It's always been content. But it is what it is, fellas.
Speaking of content, Macca's challenge, Kush, we now know that it is in your hands, and you out there listening, stay tuned. It'll be done and up on the YouTube in the next couple of weeks or so, depending on the roadmap and capacity of everyone here. But stay tuned is what I'm saying.
All right. That's the end of a depressing episode. It's really not looking good. You know, we're doing a challenge. We're still discussing whether it'll be McDonald's or maybe perhaps another place.
We reviewed a lot of venues recently. Maybe we'll choose one of them. One of those hellholes to send you in.
But Sen, I hope you're happy, brother. You've survived.
The man is not here and he guaranteed himself safety. That's unreal.
I mean, I can tell you right now, he's probably feeling the pressure. He's probably thinking, what the hell happened to the recording? I reckon he might message us to see.
We won't say anything.
Yeah,
we'll leave it.
Listen to the episode, Sen. Bastard. Anyway, that comes us to the end of the episode. We had a great time. We did a 3-second challenge as well. Classic segments, I think, from the podcast. Otherwise, feel free to, of course, check our clips out on our short-term formats, which, you know, your TikToks, your YouTube Shorts, your Instagram Reels. We're loving the new people who are coming to the TCB Appreciation Society. Please, hop on in. You'll see, hopefully, a lot more bloopers that will come through. But otherwise, full episodes always on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you want, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.